the Scrap Iron Dealers Association staged a peaceful protest which snarled traffic along the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway on Wednesday. This is the latest form of resistance from the group since government's decision to suspend the exportation of scrap iron. Browne-Campbell reports.
Honking horns, trucks blaring music and scores of crawling vehicles was the manner the TT Scrap Iron Dealers Association chose to express their anger. The action was prompted by government's decision to halt the export of scrap metal for 6 months. The association's membership was joined by the Movement for Social Justice, the Steelworkers Union and the Joint Trade Union Movement. President of JTAM, Ansel Roger, reminded government that there is still room for compromise.
His attack on this industry is an attack on women and children. And we call on them this morning to revisit this decision. Revisit this decision to allow for peace to prevail, to allow for these law-abiding citizens to continue to earn a living.
President of the Steelworkers Union, Christopher Henry, said government's intention with the ban is to cripple the industry so others could take it over.
It is projected that the scrap industry is going to rise to $670 billion globally by 2027, rising from $411 billion last year.
Initially carded to end in Port of Spain, the protest action eventually ended in Aranjuez. After the protesters were told by the members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service they did not have the necessary permission to enter the capital city. Browne-Campbell, TTT News.
Meanwhile, Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hinds says that democracy is alive and well in responding to TT-CEDA President Alan Ferguson's call for peaceful protest. While agreeing that TT-CEDA is a legitimate body,
understands and appreciates that, as indeed the government and all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago do. There are some laws and some regulations. You make an application to the Commissioner of Police, and once the Commissioner of Police in his professional wisdom settles on it, I'm quite happy with it.
While agreeing that TT-CEDA is a legitimate body with many responsible members, Minister Hinds said that government's policy would always attempt to serve the broadest national interest. He said the 6-month duration of the ban gives government the time necessary to put systems in place to allow the industry to operate without interference from criminal elements.
Improve the regulations, improve the law. We are about to amend the Old Metals Act that governs this whole operation that was built in 1904. We are now about to amend that and to put in a stronger system of regulation to protect the national interest against the national security threat that we had just experienced.
The Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs established the Scrap Metal Industry Regulation Ad Hoc Committee, which held its first meeting this morning. This committee is tasked with supporting the Law Reform Commission's assignment to aggressively revamp the current legislation, among other tasks.